Welcome to Sound of Hope News. My name is Daniela Wolensack, and today is July 4th. The largest data breach in Chinese history took place on June 30th. The personal information of billions of Chinese people went for sale and was published on the internet. Lockdown security in China bullied a 93-year-old man and refused to let him go to a hospital for medicine. He hung himself in shame. China's internet community was outraged. Xi Jinping gave a speech about Hong Kong's one country, two systems. Analysts from around the world conclude that China is trying to control Hong Kong more and more. Finally, the CCP has developed artificial intelligence that detects party members' loyalty. It scans users' physical features and emotional changes during a test. Let's get into it. The largest data breach in the history of China took place on June 30th. The database of the Shanghai National Police was hacked. The personal information of nearly China's entire population began to circulate on the internet on July 2nd. It was speculated that the hackers obtained information from the cloud platform of the Shanghai Public Security System. The selling price was estimated to be $200,000. The data was about 23.88 terabytes of information. Contents included residents' name, gender, age, birthplace, ID card number, photo, and mobile phone number. Also stolen were criminal records and billions of police reports, including times, phone numbers, and phone calls. The hackers even posted 750,000 pieces of free data on a website. Netizens cautioned about using the free data, with one stating, "I sent these to a friend and his WeChat function was disabled as soon as he forwarded it to others. My friend was then taken away by the police for questioning." So, has anyone purchased the information? Netizen Sydney Daddy speculated that both citizens and foreign intelligence agencies are likely to buy the information because of its low price. China's well-known obsession with collecting personal data is the most intense in the world. Whether corporate or private, data collection rarely follows the law. Even the so-called anti-fraud software on cell phones collects personal information. The CCP tries to control people by controlling their privacy. However, it seems the government cannot control people on the inside. The stolen 24 terabytes of data was thought to be an inside job. Dandong, Liaoning Province, China, has been closed for more than 90 days to prevent the spread of COVID. During this time, several humanitarian disasters have occurred. A 93-year-old man with an intestinal hernia had to go to the hospital to get medicine after surgery. Lockdown security prevented him from leaving his community, saying that there was no way to prove that the man had a disease. The man had no choice but to unzip his pants to show them the surgical incision. His hands and feet faltered, and the pants fell. Security slandered the man, naming him a hooligan, and called the police to arrest him. The man was taken away in handcuffs. When he returned home, he had scars on his face, his mouth was bloody, and some teeth were missing. The man hanged himself out of humiliation. Law enforcement often films his processes, and the family members asked to see how the man was injured. However, the record had only noise and no video of how he was treated. The incident went viral in China, angering many Chinese netizens. They stated, "The Dandong police handled a 93-year-old man with handcuffs. Crazy. Do you have less muscle than a 93-year-old grandpa?" And, going to be blunt here, even if he had a criminal heart, at that age with an illness too, does he really qualify as a hooligan? Didn't they say that epidemic prevention is for the sake of the elderly? In an article published in China Digital Times on July 1st, one individual wrote, "At 93 years old, he must have been born in 1929. Born in a troubled world, he survived the War of Resistance against Japan, the War of Liberation, the Great Famine, and the Great Unrest. When he was on his deathbed, he committed suicide because he could not bear the humiliation." How much grievance and humiliation must the old man have felt to give up his life to prove his innocence? July 1st marked the 25th anniversary of Hong Kong's handover in 1997. Back then, Hong Kong had been promised 50 years of self-government and freedoms of assembly under the one country, two systems policy. It's now the halfway point. On Friday, Chinese President Xi Jinping visited the city. Exactly 2 years ago, Beijing imposed a national security law. Critics say it has been used to crush the city's opposition movement and smother dissent in Hong Kong. Hong Kong's new leader, John Lee, was sworn in on Friday. Xi Jinping gave a speech afterwards. Xi defended his vision of the one country, two systems policy. He refuted accusations by many Western countries that Beijing has undermined the vow of a high degree of autonomy to Hong Kong for 50 years. Xi said, "For this kind of good system, there is no reason at all to change it. It must be maintained over the long term." He said this to appease Hong Kong and the West. He then continued, "Power must be in the hands of patriots. In the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, power is firmly in the hands of patriots, and that is an inevitable requirement to ensure long-term stability in Hong Kong, and it will be unshakable." This means that Hong Kong's leaders should be patriotic to the CCP, effectively eliminating democracy in Hong Kong. Regarding Xi's speech, many political commentators say it denies Deng Xiaoping's vision of one country, two systems. The political scientist and commentator Chen Daoyin said Xi Jinping's speech at Hong Kong was parental and authoritarian. The late Supreme Leader Deng Xiaoping's promise that Hong Kong democracy and autonomy would remain unchanged for 50 years is actually dead. Current affairs commentator Sang Pu viewed that Xi Jinping has deliberately distorted the meaning of one country, two systems, according to RFA. Sang said if Xi admits that one country, two systems is over, that would be tantamount to inviting opposition from Europe and the US. It would also make it look as if he has failed. So now he is repackaging it as a new beginning. Sang was also concerned about Xi's remarks on cooperation between Hong Kong's judiciary and that of mainland China. It indicated that the regime may require patriotism from judges as well as from lawyers and civil servants, further diminishing Hong Kong's freedom. Moreover, Taiwanese Premier Su Tseng-chang rejected Xi Jinping's celebration of one country, two systems, saying what's happened in Hong Kong has only reinforced Taiwan's commitment to defending its sovereignty, according to the Wall Street Journal. In 2019, Xi Jinping gave a long speech on Beijing's unification with Taiwan and had offered to accommodate Taiwan's democratic system under one country, two systems. If the approach is implemented successfully in Hong Kong, the formula will show how it might be used in Taiwan. Su said at a press conference on Friday, "Just look at the suffering of Hong Kong people and its economy. The world has already seen through China's promises to Hong Kong. China's so-called one country, two systems can't stand any tests at all." Taiwan's opposition Nationalist Party has previously advocated for closer ties with Beijing, but now it is trying to distance itself. The chairman of the Nationalist Party, Eric Chu, wrote on his Facebook, "A totalitarian authoritarian government will never last long, and the people's pursuit of freedom can't be suppressed forever." Chu hoped that one day people will celebrate Hong Kong's recovery of freedom rather than its recovery by a regime. On July 1st, an artificial intelligence research institute in Hefei, Anhui Province, claimed that AI technology could be used to judge whether CCP members are grateful for the party, listen to the party, and follow the party during ideological education. The news caused a public outcry. Some netizens denounced the practice as technological brainwashing. A short video displayed the scientific results of the Artificial Intelligence Research Institute of Hefei Comprehensive National Science Center. It is about 2 minutes and 12 seconds long. The video states the institution has integrated AI technology into the party's organizational activities. The device is called the Smart Ideological and Political Bar. An individual performs a test on a computer. The screen then displays the test score and an analysis chart. The device extracts the biological features of party members, including facial appearance, EEG, and electrical skin. Synergistic integration judges party members' degree of concentration, recognition, and mastery when they receive political education. It is to guide them to strengthen their gratitude towards the party, listen to the party, and boost their confidence and determination in the party. The video and pictures were originally posted on the WeChat public account the Artificial Intelligence Research Institute of Hefei National Science Center on July 1st. WeChat now has deleted the content. Several clips and text screenshots have been copied and are circulating social networks. One netizen said, "Brainwashing education across the country must start with party members." Another one said, "Brain chips are already on their way." In recent years, CCP leader Xi Jinping has repeatedly asked party members to strengthen their theoretical study and build loyalty to the party. Many officials were dismissed because of disloyalty and dishonesty to the party. However, some experts have warned that indoctrination of the party's theory could provoke even greater resentment. China expert and professor of political science and international affairs at George Washington University, Bruce Dixon, said that if people are being indoctrinated into a routine, it won't build loyalty, it will build resentment. So it can easily backfire. Thank you very much. I hope you've learned something from this news. If you like what you saw, please share this video with friends and family. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.